And that specific look, handsome vampire, it's loaded, isn't it? Up till now.
Welcome back to the deep dive. Okay, so today we're making a pretty big shift. We're moving away from, the massive cosmic battles, the alien invasions, and we're jumping right into the latest developments around our supernatural hero. Specifically, we're looking at Okarun's vampire form and the Sanjome mystery. Big pivot point here.
It really is.
Yeah. If you've been following along, the stakes have usually been, external, right? Saving the town, fighting off these huge threats. But our mission today really is to get underneath that. To understand how this volume just fundamentally changes the focus, it pulls back from those external dangers and shines a light, a really intense one, on these internal mysteries. Things like identity, memory being unreliable, and maybe even some kind of hidden influence.
It's a fascinating shift, almost whiplash for the reader. Think about the scale change. We literally just saw them fend off this huge interdimensional threat, massive event, and boom, suddenly the conflict shrinks right down. It becomes localized, psychological, often happening right there in the high school. And this pivot, it isn't gradual, it feels forced, actually, by two very specific, almost mundane things: a mysterious gold ball and this guy, this Mr. Sanjome, who just sort of appears.
Okay, yeah, let's unpack that, the new status quo, because right after saving the world, what do? It's surprisingly bureaucratic. They start a research club.
Yeah, research club. It's almost like trying to impose order after total chaos.
Right. Okarun, Kentakakura, and the group, they form this club. It feels like a return to normal, but the agenda is anything but normal. It's deeply supernatural.
And that signals a key shift in their approach, I think. They're not just reacting anymore. They're trying to proactively understand, maybe even control, these forces they keep running into. And the number one goal for this new club, it's intensely personal. They're looking for Okarun's missing. Well, his family jewel.
Yes, the family jewel. Just for context, that's the bit of himself he lost earlier on. It's literally part of his power, part of his identity. So the club's main mission is tied directly to fixing a personal loss. That really underlines how the focus is shifting inward, doesn't it? Personal quest takes priority.
Absolutely. It's about restoration. But just as they're getting organized, setting up this club, we hit that first layer of real intrigue, the bit that just immediately shakes things up. Their new faculty advisor, Mr. Sanjome.
And this isn't just some background detail, is it? The sources are clear. The whole group has this shared, really unsettling feeling they don't remember him at all. Like, how do you deal with a new authority figure who seems to have just been slotted into your past retroactively?
Right. It's not just a person showing up. It feels like a glitch in the system, a warning sign.
Yeah, it's more than just forgetting someone's name. It feels intentional.
Exactly. It's more sinister than that. If it were just, standard manga forgetfulness, it'd be a gag. But the fact they all can't place him, their advisor, it suggests something pretty disturbing. Either their memories have been messed with by some outside force, or maybe even weirder, reality itself is being subtly rewritten around them. It creates this immediate atmosphere of mistrust, deep mistrust.
Right. And think about it, if their whole club is about research, finding facts, how do you do that? How can you investigate anything when your own primary source, your own memory, is clearly unreliable? Sanjome kind of embodies that uncertainty.
He does. He's the memory problem personified.
But if Sanjome is the mystery messing with their heads, then the gold ball, that's the mystery messing with Okarun's actual body, his identity.
Yes. And this is where things get really wild, the vampire twist. It's honestly crucial because it gives the volume its title and its lasting impact. We have to talk about this transformation Okarun goes through.
It's so bizarre. It's not like he just gets a new power-up. He physically changes. And it's the class representative who clocks it first, right? She notices this complete physical overhaul. He doesn't just have a new aura or something. No, he looks like a handsome vampire. That's the description.
And that specific look, handsome vampire, it's loaded, isn't it? Up till now, Okarun's changes were often monstrous or inconvenient. He got powers, sure, but often his body got distorted or used. Now suddenly he's conventionally attractive, gothic, romanticized almost. The series is playing with that trope, the handsome vampire, and contrasting it sharply with Okarun's known personality, which is, kind of goofy and anxious. It immediately brings up that whole appearance versus reality theme.
Definitely. And the trigger is super specific. It connects the change directly to an object. that rule change you mentioned earlier. The class rep says this weird, seemingly permanent transformation kicked in right after she picked up that mysterious gold ball.
Right. And this is the so what of the gold ball. This is where the series really expands its own rules. Because usually, artifacts or encounters gave temporary powers, maybe a weapon, info, they were tools. But this gold ball, it acts differently. It doesn't just grant power, it seems to fundamentally rewrite Okarun. His appearance, his physiology, his whole deal.
So yeah, if before it was temporary psychic stuff or getting possessed for a bit, this sphere seems to cause a profound, maybe permanent change. Defines his identity now. It suggests these external objects can actually rewrite reality on a fundamental level, not just for one person, but maybe the whole narrative structure. The stakes just jumped from personal survival to existential security.
Precisely. So we've got these two core threats emerging. Okarun's physical identity compromised by an artifact, and the group's collective memory compromised by this shadowy figure, Sanjome. The whole thematic feel of the volume shifts hard towards uncertainty, mistrust. Characters are forced to question everything, their bodies, their past, who's in charge.
Yeah, this chapter, it keeps the classic stuff, spirits, aliens are still around, but it ties that paranormal conflict directly to these really bizarre, maybe permanent physical changes. The supernatural isn't just something they fight out there anymore, it's actively rewriting who they are in here.
The sources really dig into this deepening mystery. Look at Sanjome again. He's not some big alien bad guy or a flashy possessed villain. He's subtle, possibly manipulative, a hidden force whose sudden appearance just highlights how fragile their shared reality is. He's like the human face of their uncertainty, a puppet master maybe.
Yeah, it feels like the narrative is pulling back the curtain, showing us a bigger, more systemic manipulation happening. Sanjome's role, plus the gold ball's power. It hints their adventures aren't just random monster of the week stuff. Maybe they're caught in a bigger game, one that messes with time, with history itself. And suddenly, that search for the family jewel, it's not just about Okarun getting whole again. It feels like it might be the key to understanding this whole manipulation.
Totally. But what's really interesting is, amidst all this cosmic dread and identity crisis, the human stuff doesn't stop. The interpersonal drama is still running high. The sources confirm that. There's still a big focus on the secret crushes, the shifting friendships, the sheer awkwardness of being teenagers dealing with this insanity.
And that's essential, right? That human chaos. Because it highlights the main theme, appearance versus truth. What you seem to be versus who you really are.
Okarun's transformation makes that theme unavoidable. He looks like this cool, dangerous, romantic vampire figure now, but underneath, he still Ken Takakura, right? Still determined, still kind of nervous, still trying to get his essence back and figure out his feelings. His new look just complicates everything. It forces everyone else and us, the audience, to constantly ask, do we trust the new look or the guy we thought we knew?
It's a really smart way to connect the emotional core, the crushes, the search for being genuine, to the huge uncertainty the gold ball represents. It makes sure that even when the rules of reality are bending, we still care about what happens to these kids.
Absolutely. So by the end of this volume, the series has definitely evolved past just fighting monsters. It's laid down these really compelling narrative threads exploring memory, trust, identity, and that fuzzy, often scary line between the supernatural and just everyday life. The story's grown up. It's a complex mystery now, not just an adventure.
So, summing up our deep dive today, this volume is really a masterclass in pivoting the narrative. It uses a small thing, an external object, the gold ball, to kick off this huge internal identity crisis, the handsome vampire. And at the same time, it drops this deep, systemic mystery about memory failure, all wrapped up in this shadowy Mr. Sanjome figure.
Yeah, when you connect those dots, you see the external forces aren't just trying to break stuff anymore. They're trying to fundamentally confuse people. They're attacking the very basis of subjective reality.
Which leaves us with a final thought, something for you to chew on as you follow the story. If an external object can basically rewrite who you are physically, and some hidden presence can rewrite who you know by messing with your memory, which one is actually more fragile? Which asset is more valuable, more crucial to protect? Your physical identity or your memory of your history and connections?
It's a tough question, because the story seems to hint that maybe losing yourself is actually easier than losing your past. Something to think about.
Definitely. We'll leave it there for this deep dive. Catch you next time.
Grab Dandadan Vol 15 by Yukinobu Tatsu. Now on sale, $8.95. Don't miss this chance and build good habits and achieve remarkable results. Buy now, today.
Like and subscribe for more Bookhaven podcasts.